Alive. Welcome back to this week's episode of Youth Alive. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. As always, we encourage you to sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy. While together we get uplifted and reminded what it truly means to be young and alive.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the segment of Did You Know? And today I'm going to be talking about 5 facts you probably did not know about the Houston Rodeo. Let's get to it. Fact number 1. The Houston Rodeo has been going on since 1931. That is a long time. Fact number 2. The Houston Rodeo has donated over $40 billion to youth scholarships since it began. That's a lot of money. Fact number 3. The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is the largest in the world. Fact number 4. Mutton busting is the crowd favorite, a sport where 5 to 6-year-olds have to hold on to a sheep for as long as possible to win a prize. And fact number 5. 100,000 funnel cakes and 91,000 turkey legs are consumed per year in the Houston Rodeo. That's a lot of money and a lot of food. Don't forget to check out the Houston Rodeo. It actually is going on right now. And remember, we are Youth Alive.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another segment of In the Works. And today I'm gonna teach you some useful commands on your computer that are gonna make your life way easier. Now, this is part 1 because I'm gonna teach you some commands on Windows computer. If you have a Mac, then just wait for part 2. But the only thing you need for this is your computer, so let's get it on. For the first one, we're gonna learn how to do a screenshot. And for this one, it's really simple. All you have to do is to hold the Windows key, Shift, and S. And that's it. You can even select the part that you want to capture, and it's gonna be saved on your computer instantly. Really fun. The second one is to do a split screen, which means to put more than one window in the screen. All you have to do is to hold the Windows key, and to play with the arrow keys. So for example, this one, I want to move it to the right, so I press the right key, and that's it. As soon as I release the Windows key, it's going to ask me what app do you want me to fill the space with. And I can keep doing that just to hold and move the arrows. I can move those windows to the position that I want and to put up to 4 windows in one screen. I can even make them bigger. I can close them just by holding and playing with the arrows. Now, the third one is to close a tab really quick. Let's say I want to watch a movie, but those annoying ads keep popping up. So all I have to do actually is to put Ctrl and W. As simple as that is going to save me a lot of time. Just doing Ctrl W, I'll be able to close a window instantly. Really easy. Now, the fourth one is going to be to open back a Windows or a tab that I didn't want to close. Let's say that I accidentally closed a tab that I wanted to keep open. All I have to do is to open a Google window or tab and to press Ctrl, Shift, and T. And that's gonna open the window or tab that I closed the last. And there you have it. 4 commands that you can use on your computer. So there you go. Some shortcuts that now you can use freely on your computer that are gonna help you to navigate through your computer and the internet way easier. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to always use your computer and the internet responsibly. But also remember that we are... Hi Youth Alive, it's me here in real life. How does it go? We are Youth Alive.
Hey guys, I hope you are enjoying this week's Youth Alive video. So today, in the... Hello? Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'll be in a second. Yeah. Just wait for me. Give me 1 second. Okay. Bye. Sandy. Come here. Come here. I need your help. I gotta go.
What?
So I need you to finish my Youth Alive video. All right? Yeah.
What?
My Youth Alive video. You got it. You're good.
Great.
You got it.
Really?
Youth Alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it?
Pick of the week.
Pick of the week?
Pick of the week. You got it. You got it.
I'm not prepared. All right. So pick the week. Maybe we can talk about exercise. You know, makes me pretty strong. I think it's supposed to, at least. What else? Could ask some of our friends from the ministry, Youth Alive, to see how they exercise, just to see how we can improve ourselves and our bodies. Yeah, let's get to that.
Here's leading the fact of doing some crunches. I don't know about you, but I've heard that crunches are really, really hard on your abdomen, and I've tried a few in my life, and yeah, they are. It hurts so much, so I really don't know how she can do them and like just keep going. I would probably be dead after like 3. Here's my brother doing some jumping jacks with Crocs on. He might be doing them with Crocs on, but he's doing them pretty well actually. Here's me doing some push-ups. They might not be a lot, but I guess it's something, at least for me. Here we have Celine doing some jumping jacks, and well, I'm gonna like put this audio before and not over so you can hear what she says. Yeah, I think she was really enthusiastic about doing the jumping jacks. I think she really likes doing them. Here's Emily practicing in tennis. I don't know about you, but I think she might be the next Serena Williams. I mean, just look at that form. Am I right?
Well, those are some of our friends from Youth Alive doing some of their exercises. Maybe I could try to copy some of those to get a little bit stronger. Haven't been doing much lately. Sorry, just passing time. I don't really see Joseph coming back yet. I don't really remember how I'm supposed to end these things. So, God bless you guys.
Youth Alive! Youth Alive! I'm back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm back. Whatever.
Nothing. We're just ending it right now. So, I guess.
Well, you're recording?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, I guess we are Youth Alive.
Yes. Youth Alive. Santa's got it.
Hello guys, today in Upgrade we are going to continue talking about pain and suffering. And last week we learned how God cares about our pain and suffering. And today we're going to continue talking about the God who suffers. And during our pain and suffering, sometimes we may think that God doesn't understand what we're going through, that He doesn't understand our pain and suffering. But through Jesus Christ, the crucifixion and the resurrection, we see a God that suffers for us and with us. So let's read for that. Let's read Hebrews 4:15-16. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to empathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are. Yet he did not sin. Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our times of need. As we see in this passage, Jesus went through a lot of pain and suffering. He went through poverty, labor, arrest, conviction, and death. Jesus went through the hardest punishment at the time, which was designated for the worst offenders, and that was the crucifixion. The cross was a symbol of pain and suffering, but Jesus transformed it into a symbol of victory and glory. Jesus didn't explain suffering, He experienced every bit of it. And when He was in the cross, He teaches us how to handle pain and suffering through these 7 statements. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing. Jesus didn't have bitterness in his heart during his pain. He showed us how forgiveness is needed for God's grace. Now let's see the second statement. I'll tell you the truth. Today you will be with me in paradise. At times during our pain and suffering, we can become selfish and we forget about the people around us. When Jesus was in the cross, he extended these words of hope to a criminal that was next to him. So in our pain and suffering, we need to follow God's example. We need to follow Jesus' example and extend those words of hope to the people around us. When Jesus saw her there and the disciple whom he loved standing nearby, he said to her, "Woman, here is your son." And to the disciple, "Here is your mother." From that time on, the disciple took her into his home. Through this statement, we see how Jesus took care of his responsibilities even when he was experiencing pain and suffering. In this case is his mother. And sometimes when we experience suffering and pain, we get overwhelmed by it, and we can't forget that there are things around us that still need to be taken care of, that there are people, that our families are around us, and that we can't forget about them. So we need to follow Jesus' example and take care of our responsibilities even when we are experiencing pain and suffering. My God, why have you forsaken me?" Jesus cried out in times of darkness and loneliness. When he was experiencing pain in the cross, there was a time where he was lonely and it was dark. So he teaches us that in pain and suffering, we can be lonely and we can feel darkness around us. But he also teaches us to cry out to our Father in heaven. He teaches us to look for our God, for our Heavenly Father, to be near him, to be close to him. I am thirsty. When Jesus was in the cross, he expressed his needs and he allowed others to serve him. So when we experience pain and suffering, it is okay to look for help. It is okay to express our needs to others so that we can be comforted, so that we can get the help that we need at that moment. It is finished. Jesus knew that all of that suffering was not in vain. He had finished the work that God had sent him to do. And when we give God our pain and suffering, when we dedicate it to him, it will never be in vain. And we will see God's work through those moments of pain and suffering. And we will see his purpose. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. Jesus gave his pain and suffering to God. He laid out his life to God, to the Father, every part of it, every part of his suffering, because he knew that God was with him. And when we experience pain and suffering, we need to be able to give our lives to God because he is with us, because he is not letting us go through this by ourselves. He is sharing that pain with us. All right, guys. So to recap, God is not an spectator through our pain and suffering. He feels and understands what we are going through. The cross, or our pain and suffering, does not symbolize weakness. It symbolizes victory and glory. Jesus shows us through his time on the cross how to overcome our pain and suffering. All right, guys, that's it for today's upgrade. We'll see you next week. And remember, we are Youth Alive.
And there you have it, y'all. That wraps up this week's episode. Don't forget to share this episode with all of your friends. Be reminded to join us next week here, same place, same time. And remember that we are Youth Alive.